what do you get the speed stacks and everything? I assume you do on every hit of damage.
So usually the default in these things, I would have to read the Zeri tooltip.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Because a lot of the buffs that champions get are
Oh,
like,
Riven!
Okay, Kumo's breaking out the NA special. We got the Riven top lane into the grave.
Oh, baby, let's go. Forget Zeri passive, who cares?
We don't care about that anymore.
We got Riven in the top lane. I was going to say, you know, I wasn't expecting a Riven, God no, but a lot of people are going towards some of these aggressive...
Welcome, everybody, to our second game of the day. It's Evil Geniuses versus FlyQuest, and that last pick of the draft has to be on everybody's mind.
They might run into each other.
Riven in the top lane, but both teams grouped up as a 5-man squad here at level 1. Oh, neither side is aware of the other side. This is the best type of invade. Just give me that full 10-man bloodbath.
I was going to say, does FlyQuest try to clear out their own jungle? No, they're actually going to invade for vision on the red here. This is potentially pretty interesting. They're actually, wow, they're fully committing to this. Now they're trying to wrap around, and they're saying, ooh, maybe Kumo's in Tribrush, right? And if he is, you would never expect the 5-man wraparound as you're holding point on that Tribrush, but of course he is not. It is not going to be any blood spilled here at level 1. But I do like the attempt. I have to point out, Kumo, pretty bold rune choices. It's not resolve secondary, as you almost always will see people take second wind into range matchups as a melee. He is going Transcendence, Gathering Storm. So this is full on scaling runes here, you know, in the top lane as his secondary rune.
I'm a Jeep. We'll see if he can manage to break the speed limit or not, but down here in bottom lane, the 2v2 is already starting up, and it's Danny and Vulcan getting the better of him.
Yeah, we'll see. Probably not going to steal the ultimate, so it probably doesn't matter at all.
Well, at least we discussed it. We had to be prepared, Mr. Razael, and JOSEDEODO is prepared to go in after Inspired. Johnson just skates over the wall. He's ready to join the fight.
Afro's almost dead.
It's going to turn violent. Afromoo jumps in and flashes back over the wall. JOSEDEODO is sent to the glue factory. The horse is gone, and it's first blood over to Danny.
Man, FlyQuest, they had the quick collapse onto Inspired, but you have got to consider the rest of the champions that will join. Level 2 Zeri, level 2 Rakan, not very threatening. Vulcan gonna have a lot more value, you know, in that scrap, and really the level 2 HECARIM as well. It's like, unless you can get a 2-man fight and just take down that Viego, you're not gonna have a lot of value going forward from there. So they do end up getting punished. First blood over onto this Xayah. Danny grabs that. And Danny, I think, has been having an incredible year, is way up ahead in the total kills standings. I think he has been having a standout year. His laning has improved with Vulcan over last year. That was the main criticism for him last year, was that he's always behind in lane. It's no longer the case this time. To his strong side of the map, playing towards that side where he will be a little bit more safe. In this case, nothing forced, doesn't panic flash, sees the hook's going to go wide, doesn't step into it.
Now Jose is ready to follow up. JoJo ends up getting baited into a bad situation, and it's a kill back over to FlyQuest.
A nice little counter gank there from Jose, but it's engaged on the bot side. Afro should just be able to E out. And yeah, I mean, they had full knowledge that Jose was there. JoJo, I think, felt safe because Inspired was in the area and actually was able to kind of push Jose back, you know, taking away those Raptors, but Jose just says, well, you take the Raptors, I'm going to take your mid laner. JoJo goes aggressive, the charm lands, and that bought the time for Jose to get in there. Now, though, trying to look for the dive. Kumo's got to play around these Graves auto attacks.
Yup, trying to use the turret to block the auto attacks, but Impact's got a good flash, and Kumo is down.
Impact going to be way up on the value for this buy. JoJo, though, oh, is he going to die again?
Face checks the brush. There's not a ton of damage here between HECARIM and Rakan, so JoJo's lasting a long time. Nice dash there to get away from the grand entrance. JoJo stays alive, but he's headed right back to the base with no TP. Yeah, business. Back here in mid, JOSEDEODO's hanging around, only level 4 here on the jungle HECARIM. This is normally a champion that's known for being able to clear camps very quickly, but he's at 28 farm versus the 44 of Inspired. JOSEDEODO is behind the curve of the game significantly, and Inspired is now moving in, trying to take even more of that tempo away. Jose's got the smite, so at least he'll hit level 5, but his red buff is going over to EG.
And just playing towards this invade towards topside. Kumo, though, getting aggressive here.
Not the right choice, I'll tell you that. Kumo at 100 HP. He's got to go home.
He's going to lose 2 plates and a full wave. This is horrible. You know, EG just playing aggressively towards those Raptors because you invade topside, and guess what that does to Riven? there's no wards in this entire section of the map here, you know, for FlyQuest. So as soon as you see Jose get pushed out off his Raptors, you're like, well, am I gonna get dove? You gotta play safe.
Oh, but a nice attempt coming out from FlyQuest here. JoJo's ready to go right back in. They're gonna find the first kill on Afromoo with JoJo getting away. Takoi falls next. Inspired's going to reset City, but he can't quite make the full trip. Johnson picks up one, but Danny wants to get the counter kill and barely misses out. 5-3 game overall. They're getting scrappy.
Yeah, really big fight. If the junglers were even leveled. If HECARIM has ulti there, that's potentially a one fight on the other side, but that is the advantage that Inspired has given his team.
Yeah, and you can see total gold on the side right there. It's Impact and Inspired that are Kumo. 500 gold out ahead.
Almost passing him.
Yeah, Kumo is just nothing but pain and suffering here in top lane. The Riven is going to seriously struggle, because also, worth talking about with Riven, because last game, you know, we were looking at champions like Ornn and like Gnar that have this ability to always be impactful with initiations.
Riven doesn't have that.
Riven doesn't do a thing besides damage.
Afro, though, trying to make a roam towards this top side, hoping that Impact would overcommit. They want to get a kill back, because there's just no way to compete in the 1v1. Impact already has his mythic completed, and Kumo is miles away from his.
Boots, Pickaxe, Ruby Crystal versus Full Eclipse.
Yeah.
Which is a very strong mythic for just quick skirmishes anyway. Like, Graves just hits you with 2 bullets, backs away, cool.
And Kumo has no sustain, right? Like, you don't have resolve secondary, you don't have any sort of sustain, you know, in your items or in your kit. But he's gonna go in.
Kumo's trying to do it. Afromoo's coming in to help him here. Goes for the engage, the flash, the knock-up. Impact's trying to stand and fight. He flashes away himself, but he is still ignited.
Flash
Impact
follow.
stays alive through it, and Kumo's got the kill thanks to Afromoo.
Nicely done there from Kumo and Afro. Getting that kill back on the top side was absolutely necessary. They're trying to punish on bot side with the dive.
And I think they'll do just that. Vulcan gets away from the last turret shot, so it's 1-for-1 across the map, but Takoi is picking up some turret plates here in mid.
Yeah, almost a trade. You know, if Johnson could have got that one kill on bot side, that would have been really good cross map for them. Still, not bad. Kumo gonna be going down, or rather getting that kill up for himself on the top side. Johnson dies on bot, but they get the plate in mid. They deny some farm from JoJo. So all things considered, still a pretty good turn of events there from FlyQuest.
He'll throw out the mist, move into the enemy jungle. He knows he has backup behind him, smites down that enemy Gromp. So that does mean that we are going to have a bit of a delay on his smite, so Evil Geniuses are not super eager to start up the Drake without that, and they'll just head back to the lanes for now.
Yeah, or they think that there's just not going to be a contest, because it looks like he's just going to do it anyway.
Okay.
I think they do have the read on that. Jose's just going to go towards top side, and he hasn't been spotted yet. So, you know, if he can actually pull off a dive on top side, if you can actually combine and kill off this Graves again, it's not a bad contest here. But Graves is level 11, is actually scouting for the HECARIM, doesn't spot him.
Oh, but he was right there. As soon as he walks into the brush, Jose's like, nope, 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 nope. Horse versus a guy with a shotgun.
That's a natural counter.
It is not a historically favorable matchup for the horse. There are multiple VODs.
This is the worst Pokemon matchup there is.
Yes, this is, yes.
The shotgun types.
We should have left that one.
You can have the nice, like, happy crossovers where it's like you're talking about your birthday and hit level 16.
Yeah,
you know,
man,
whatever.
Feels great, but no.
Talking about snuff videos of horses.
VODs of the historical matchup between shotguns and horses is...
Don't Google that.
Should have left that one in the drafts. Anyway, we're back here for what could be a topside river fight as we have the Rift Herald started up by FlyQuest. JOSEDEODO on that one. Stasis from Vulcan to keep himself alive as he gets caught out. And FlyQuest immediately collapsed for the kill, 1-0. Evil Genius is now backing out. I don't know if they have anything to fight this with. JoJo's level 11 here with a potential Soul and Silas ulti. Maybe they have a move, but nope, they're not going to go in after that. Or are they? It's Afromoo dying first as JoJo gets himself away, and Evil Geniuses have already found 2. Inspired keeps on chasing, looking for the stun and the damage. There's number 3. FlyQuest might have got the Herald, but Evil Genius has got the fight.
Yeah, FlyQuest thought they had numbers there, and they figure, hey, it's 5v4, we can take this, but they're missing all of their key abilities. Look at the ulti cooldowns on the right side of your screen. They have nothing, and you spent a lot to kill off Vulcan.
700, 5,000, 5,700, 700.
Aren't they 400 gold, Mr. Flower?
It's like 14, and then some change. And with the change,
it's 400 gold for a tier.
Is it 400 gold instead of 350? All right, I screwed it up.
It is.
That's my bad. Okay, so yeah, it's like 12 then. Yeah, I tried my best. I thought I was being cool with math.
That's what happens when you do math on broadcast.
Yeah, it's okay.
Committed the deadly sin.
I'm just going to leave it up to Freak from now on. He's the one who knows how to do that, not me. I'm going to say Scorpion stuff. As JoJo going after Takoi. We got a battle of the Ahri ultis, and it's Takoi saying he's got the real deal. JoJo's got to get back over the wall. Tries to re-engage there. If that stun would have hit with a Kingmaker follow-up, now JoJo's going to die. The collapse is in, and critically, Kumo gets the money.
Yep, Kumo getting paid there. Johnson pretty strong as well. Unfortunately, Danny is super strong. So, you know, that's always going to be a bit rough. But he is closing on that next item here. Almost has his Titanic. A lot of CDR in the back pocket here of Kumo. And, you know, the scaling runes are going to be starting to kick in. So that is very nice. And we pressed at the 20-minute mark. So he has 2 stacks of the Gathering Storm. You know, he has Transcendence post level 11 is always kind of that benchmark that you want to get to. Because that's where on Champion Takedown you get the 20% off of your basic abilities. Yep. You have the basic ability, hey, GA for that fight, and I'm going to be the difference maker in that fight.
Yep. Kumo charging up 1 stack of Q, their 2nd stack of Q. And where are we at, buddy? What's it going to be? I don't think he's got a whole thing he can do at all. Dredgeline! Not quite going to hit him there. Nice sidestep from Kumo to make sure he doesn't get hit, because if he does, I'm pretty sure that is a death with the follow-up of everybody else nearby. But it's still tier 2 turret picked up for free from Evil Geniuses. Now FlyQuest trying to see if they can respond anywhere else. JoJo under a little bit of pressure from Johnson and Afromu, but it's not like they can dive Silas with just the 2 of them, so he's not that concerned. JOSEDEODO now backing as he was clearing out the enemy jump
away from them, but it is now over 5,000 gold in the advantage. Very, very tough to come back from. Kumo, though, should at least get this tower, so it's going to be some more gold in his pockets. And that gold lead will be closing quite a lot off the back of this. So, you know, down under 1,000 gold, still a big lead. But he does have his 2 items. He does have the scaling runes. So I think it's fair to say, you know, he's going to be relevant, or at least has a potential to be relevant on the Riven at this point. It's no longer just like absolutely getting run over.
And as you talk about 2 items, I do want to point this out because you're mentioning, hey, you expect a big fight around the Drake. And in our previous game, we mentioned how Zeri
ulti, it's a tough dive to pull off. You know, everyone else on EG is going to be fairly kind of tanky, fairly difficult to actually knock down, and Danny is going to be very, very evasive. They knock down the tier 2 here as well. They get that mid lane prio. Now they know Kumo is answering that wave, so they can move in and try to retake vision here around the dragon. Just trying to make sure that there's no sort of flank angle. That's what Impact's doing. He's actually hunting for the recon, hunting for any sort of engage that could be wrapping around them.
Alrighty, EG, let's see if they can get their soul point or if FlyQuest can stop them here. Honestly, a big team fight loss here for FlyQuest feels pretty damning for the whole game. So it feels...
They have to have a good engage from Afro.
Yep, it feels like now's the time. What's it going to be? Drake's already been started. Inspired's not worried about it. Diego has plenty of sustain. The Drake is already secured by EG. Afro move coming around from the side, and Kumo's already down. JoJo bought time, and the stasis is going to make sure this fight does not stop going EG's way. JoJo with a 2nd stasis afterwards, and EG gets 2. They get the Drake, and they get out.
Yeah, EG was so ready for that fight. GA on Inspired. Zhonya's plus stopwatch on JoJo, so he could go super aggressive for it. EG had the read. They knew FlyQuest was going to try to make their stand at that fight. They prepared for it, they bought for it, and they absolutely crush them. They're going to get the Baron off of this, and this one feels over.
Yep. When you're looking at things like this, I mean, you're going to get 1,500 from Baron, so there's your gold lead at 7,500 with a soul point. For the next 3 minutes, you've got, you know, couple slugs full of a good time. Just took out half his health bar before the Riven even makes it into the main melee, and that's why Kumo evaporated, right? Like, there's not a lot you can do against a Graves that's this fed, and now Evil Geniuses is looking to probably just end our game before 30 minutes. They've got the Baroned up wave crashing into the top lane inhibitor turret. Cannon minions, 2 of them, putting the damage into that one, even if nobody else can get close. Inspired bringing up the wave in mid to create the 2nd point of pressure. Tier 3 turret dies in top, and the engage is immediately there to follow up, but it is going to be Vulcan who dies first, traded away for Afro move. Both supports are off the table. FlyQuest will continue the defense now as EG tries to back away. Danny calls back the feathers. Meanwhile, the mid lane wave still unanswered. Kumo rotates over to that one now, as Inspired's going to be left to deal with him. Kumo jumping forward, looking for the Evil Geniuses jungler.
That was the ult.
And yes, he's used the ultimate. Now that Kumo doesn't have that, the threat of the Riven here after the fades away is going to be so much less. JoJo and Inspired both get stunned up. JoJo goes for the stun of his own, but he doesn't quite have the distance to land it. Minions continuing to put the damage into the mid lane tier 3 turret, but they can't get that one down in time, so EG backs away from this. It's a 1-to-1 kill trade, but damage has absolutely been done to the base. Top lane inhibitor is gone. Mid lane inhibitor turret significantly hurt.
Yep, and as you go reclaim vision in your jungle, you're going to find every camp is gone. They took away camps on both sides of the map. It's one of the worst feelings as a jungler when your team is losing and go out hoping to get some scraps. There's nothing there for FlyQuest to pick up. The gold lead extended even further. They go back. They're completing even more items now. Anathema's Chains here is the purchase for Inspired. And I can pretty much guarantee that's going to be linked to Johnson, because that's probably the only way that FlyQuest could actually win this game is with Zeri really popping off. So I think it's a pretty intelligent buy, but more completions coming through. Cyrilda's now done as well for Impact. EG closing in, looking to try to finish this one out. This is the last wave of Baron power.
Yup, exactly. They saw they had 15 seconds left. They wanted to just make a beeline straight for the enemy base and get some value there if they can. Everfrost not going to stop JOSEDEODO, who's trying to run around on the front line. He's already dead before I can finish my sentence. Evil Geniuses 5v4 in the enemy base. Second inhibitor is now down. Baron may have disappeared, but the threat of the EG push has not. Tukoi lands a charm onto Inspired, but there's no way to follow up. Super minions flow into the side lanes as EG sets up to take down what could be the last inhib in the very end of the game.
Yeah, Jose was trying to posture to kind of think they're just going to dive.
Vulcan Flash Dredgeline damns Kumo to another death, and now it's FlyQuest running for their lives. Tukoi the only one left, and Evil Geniuses are ready to end the game here and now. The kill happens on the stairs of the fountain, and EG, looking to repeat Super Week success, are just about to put FlyQuest in the dirt. JOSEDEODO buys a little bit of time, but oh man, there ain't anything else to find. He might just die to the minions. He'll walk through the base gate and head out into the wild blue yonder as EG heads straight for the Nexus and a win against FlyQuest.
This is a huge win for EG, going up against one of their close opponents in the standings here. Playing this one out really, really well. Felt like he was in control, start to finish for them. Great counter jungling from Inspired. The early dive